So at the Royal Rumble, we've got a couple of other guys with great physiques who are about to go at it. The Ultimate Warrior, who I assume is who you were talking about, and Rick Rude are squaring off at this event, but it's not in a match. Instead, Ted, they're going to have a pose down here to determine the better physique. Ted, I asked Jim and Jake this question, so now I'll ask you. You came from the territories, blood and guts stuff in Mid South, and the loaded glove, and a second generation star. All this background that you have, and now here you are. It's a pay per view. It's a pretty big money slot if you boil it down to dollars and cents, the amount of TV time they're using up, and it's a pose down with a couple oiled up guys flexing at each other. Ted, what did you think about this?
I was like, I mean, it was kind of like, really, really. I mean, this is what we're going to do here. We're not going to have a match. We're going to have a pose down. Oh man, it was like. But again, of course, that was the old school me speaking.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like even now as I got older, it took me a long time as I got older and matured and looked back and at some of these things, what I it was kind of like this is the way I was taught. This is this is the way wrestling should be, and but Vince McMahon had a different vision, and to his credit, it worked. It's kind of like everything changes, over time. It's just, it's kind of like because of my mentality and how I've been raised in the business and everything. And, yeah, it's kind of like we used to do the kayfabe thing. Kayfabe that meant, keep your mouth shut, if you're in a program with a guy, don't ever let anybody see you guys like riding in the same car and all that stuff. You know that it's a show, but you treat it like it's real as far as the public is concerned. And that's how, that was my mindset. Well, now, Vince is coming along and basically said, look, yeah, we're sports entertainment. So what? We're good.
Mm-hmm.
Let me show you how good. And so he took wrestling to a place that, I never envisioned. And to his credit, I mean, we wouldn't be doing this podcast if it hadn't been for Vince McMahon and what he did for my career. I mean, and for wrestling 93,000 people at the Pontiac Silverdome.
Oh, insane.
WrestleMania 3. I mean, wrestling draws the largest indoor crowd ever for anything. That's pretty impressive.
It shows you that there's demand for it. And to your point, criticize this pose down as much as you want. And certainly I do. I view it as a fan and I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like if I was watching this on pay-per-view and I paid money for this, I'd be like, come on, can we just have some wrestling or something? That being said, after this is Warrior's on the biggest run of his career following this. He's selling all kinds of merch and fans are coming out to see him. He's going to be world champion here in a year. So it's like Vince is doing something correct with the way that he's marketing this guy. Also, I have to imagine that having Warrior out there posing is better than having him in a match, right?
Yes. He's a much better poser than he was a wrestler.
So we'll give him that.